with caution.
Because here is our lovely post. Oh, but before we start, because he's keeping himself real quiet because he wants to get introduced, I suppose. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight joining us once again as probably one of your favorite co-casters, and I think around this period also probably your only co-caster, Mr. Blackened.
I win by default. Yay! Hello.
Yay! It's actually crazy because I used to have quite amount of people on. We used to have Orb, Bane a lot, Pink Dot from time to time, Morcol, Darkademic. I mean, Milkman is here from time to time as well. I guess.
Yeah, it's just the ebb and flow of things.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, I was getting distracted. Masters highlights, everyone. You thought 2 co-casters would be too much, bro? I was asking you. You can join, and then you already left. So you're like, because of that disrespect, I'm gonna deny you. But no, I get you. Like 3 is a little bit much, maybe, but maybe, or we can do it next week if you want. Like I'd be down for that. I don't mind at all, as long as I get company. Anyways, there was only 1 scheduled match per player this week, and since Bane and Eugenators had forfeit, then a couple of players didn't have any matches at all. Despite this, then week 3 was a busy week in Masters. The highlight of the week was a repeat of the season 13 final. Ooh, Cav versus Yunano is the match of the week. Best of the rest. Blackened delayed all his matches in week 1 and 2. God damn it, Blackened. So this week was trying to catch up. Why? What happened?
I got sick. I got COVID.
Yeah, I do remember reading something like that. What better way to kick things off than by playing his week 7 match early? Blackened versus Cav. Blackened didn't just play Cav though. He actually played 4 matches this week. This one against Mo was also really interesting. Blackened versus Mo. 2 co-casters necessary for toilet emergency. Milkman, shut the fuck up. I needed to take a shit. Alright? And you're right. Okay, so Orb, if you're still listening, if I need to take a huge shit today, you can join. Until I get back. Which probably takes like 30 minutes. Honorable mention. Blackened's other 2 matches were notable for their incredibly short lengths. They were 4 of the top 10 shortest games this season. I was looking forward to Blackened versus Fazar in particular, but other than the duration, then it's hard to call it a highlight. There were only 3 matches this week in Minions, and probably the best of these was Chuchani versus Milkman. Chuchani returning after his first Raggle victory. However, the one other match I thought should be included as a highlight was again in Masters. Anju versus Creole. Holy shizzle madizzle. That is cool. Okay, so let me get the replays. And do you have the replays, Blackened?
I do have the replays.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm like really far behind. I immediately got home, took a shower. Hydration. Shut up, caution. I already put the stream up before, and then I still had to make my milkshake and, you know, get some drink and everything like that. It's been hectic. But at least my new job is getting a lot more fun. So, yeah, that's a good thing. Cav versus Yunano. Yunano. There you go. Get that one. No! There we go. Blackened versus Cav. Let's do that one. Blackened versus Cav. 1, 2. Blackened is the reason Blackened wanted to cast is because he just wanted to show off how good he was tonight. Because he made so many highlights.
Let's go with that. You know, I'm actually surprised that there's no Minions highlights, like that Triple T went with all Master.
I think we had enough from that last week.
There's usually always a Hounds game that slips into a highlight.
True. Maybe like Hounds didn't have any matches this week.
Maybe that's what it was.
Okay. In other news, for people who are interested, this weekend I was doing I had some pretty cool Street Fighter 6 action. I was doing a commentary for a Street Fighter 6 tournament, and it had 243 participants. It was since like, I don't know, I think it was season 14 or anything like that, the biggest we've ever had in terms of participants. We had 5 people in the background running like the brackets and shit, 2 commentators, and then a tournament organizer. We had 700 average viewers. It was actually ridiculous. It was really fun to cast that. And then the next day, I participated in a tournament that was organized in Madrid, in Spain. Online, obviously, you know. But I became second place out of 128 participants. And I really left an impression, because today I got invited to play a VIP tournament at launch in June, also organized by the Spanish community. So yeah, I left an impression, which was kind of cool experience. Okay, this is a short highlight post, in my opinion. What did I miss? Nothing at all, except me rambling about daily life and needing an extra co-caster if I need to take a shit. Those are probably the 2 most important things. Shit, I forgot to pour my radiation, my goo. Hang on. What? Work! Hey, that's so cool, man. I love that shit. That's so much better. Okay, I'm guessing we're gonna split Cav and Blackened, so we can do one. Okay, yeah, we should do Blackened versus Cav first, I suppose. Then we can do Anju versus Creole, so we don't get neither Blackened or Cav action for the next set. Then we can do Blackened versus Mo, and then we can end with Cav versus Yunano, because that was the match of the week. Sounds good?
Sounds good to me.
Alright. On the count on 1. So on 1, we're gonna click the button, okay?
Alright.
Okay. 3, 2, 1!
Battle control initialized.
Oh man. What is this map? Duskwood. I always mix them up with the one that you made, which I believe is in the map pool as well, or didn't it make that? I can't remember.
No, it didn't get. I didn't put it up there, so it didn't make it in.
Oh,
but yeah, it is very similar to
yeah,
World War.
I agree. Chat, let me know if Blackened is too loud or too soft, so I can, you know, take note. All that good stuff. Yeah, I'm excited. Blackened versus Cav. So before we actually start the match, because like, you know, it's always nice to get like a little bit of introduction about the players. We all know Cav. We talked about this. Our previous RGL season champion, season 13. He recently got married, and he was absent from the RA2 scene and the OpenRA scene in general. And for such a long time, like, he actually went AWOL pretty much on socials too. People were actually thinking that he was gone. Like, even the RA2 community was asking the OpenRA community, like, yo, have you guys seen Cav? Because, like, he's not here. And we were like, no. But then all of a sudden, my man came back from honeymoon, you know, and he made a return and participated in RGL and also in the Red Alert Team League at the very last. Well, it was actually too late, but you know, we are a kind community sometimes. That being said, he's here to play, and he's playing against Blackened. And we all know Blackened. Blackened is probably, he has a Red Alert Team League team that's called Always Second Place, I believe, something like that. And
second place, but yes.
That is pretty much his Raggle career as well. No pun intended. Sorry.
And accurate.
It's kind of true. But that may change this season. Who knows? Maybe he will finally break free from the curse. And he's playing against the RGL champion right now. So how did it feel playing against Cav again? Because, like, personally, I could tell from some games that I'm not sure if it was still the case when you were playing him, but he felt very rusty.
Yeah, so that's definitely how I agree. Cav definitely feels rusty. It's really weird season where everybody feels rusty. Even Fazar, who seems like he's been playing a lot, like he's gone on like a 2-week break and he feels rusty. So it's just a rust bucket Raggle season. So
it is, and this is also one of those games where, like, it's easy to like remember how everything went and stuff like that, but just like your muscle memory and anything like that just decays over time. Like you're just gonna struggle in general. Like you have to keep playing this game every single day at least for like an hour every day, just to be on that, you know, level that you're always used to be playing if you're top notch.
yeah, there's something about like just like your decision making process for whatever reason just disappears, and it's always like the most random tiny thing that disappears, and it's always that random tiny thing that really affects the game. So I feel the rust, and I've tried, like, you know, I had to delay like 2 weeks because I got sick and everything, and so it's still kicking me there. But yeah, it's definitely a weird feeling.
I really like these two rifles that Cav sent out, but unfortunately it was a little bit too late. He still has 2 rockets alive. They actually dealt with your light tanks, but no static defense, and the forward command dies. Unfortunately, that's very crucial because that one flame tower could have made a huge difference in keeping this ref alive. Blackened smart enough to finish it. APC comes in, goes for crushes. Actually is getting a good amount of crushes, and Blackened trying to kill the APC is going to make him lose that army. But I feel like that is still a good trade. He killed the forward command, he killed the ref, denying the gem mine harvesting, and yeah, it's gonna give Blackened a good eco boost versus Cav.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in this game I forgot to build SD after my 3rd ref, so I just kind of backtracked into just building more axes because you do have a lot of money on this map. So
yep, I see. Yeah, this is one of those maps where you can definitely go very aggressive, delay the MCV if you want. And
yeah, honestly, I think that's what most people do, is it's a delayed MCV, or they move out the main MCV to the 2nd patch just because you have so much money and you can get tanks faster. It's harder to defend, and it's harder to attack into like the Fort FCOM. So that's where all the armor is going to be early game. So it's interesting map. I like this.
Yep. Whereas Cav is going to stick to his natural plan, just simple double ref, plain and simple, carry them through season 13 as well. So why wouldn't it do that today as well? Blackened once again with a pretty substantial army is going to attack that same position, while Cav just put that refinery down. He's gonna lose it again, so he's forced to go to that position. Probably later on with the main MCV, that's what I would do. Seems like Cav's trying to keep his harvester around. Oh no, I think it changed his mind. He did want a depot into that ref that was being attacked. That was a fully loaded harvester. And Cav's formation is pretty poor here. Can he recuperate? Seems like he's gonna try and engage. There's a flame tower in a good position. Blackened might be trapped here. Oh, that heavy tank is not being microed from Cav. That came out of the war factory, but the single heavy tank is still going to be enough to deal with that wave. But here comes wave number 2. But I feel that Cav should be fine here. Unless he needs to put his tanks in front. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Very nice APC micro as well. Unfortunately, he did kill it himself with his own rockets. But very similar army values. But yeah, I feel like if you look at the eco, actually surprisingly, you and Cav have earned quite similar in terms of like harvested ore. Even though you had the gem mine, that's crazy.
Yeah, Cav got that 2nd expansion out a little quicker, and I didn't have the SD because like I said, I kind of forgot about it and went into the heavy rack. So I'm just now getting my 2nd expansion, so it goes a little dry for a little while.
Okay, so Cav got the gem mine again. So I feel like he's doing a pretty good job recovering every single time. And now for the first time ever after all this aggression from Blackened, he is going to attack this expansion. But double pillbox and being microed as well is doing significant damage to Cav's rockets. And now Blackened coming through the middle here. His army is going to do very nice damage here. Should be able to take out all these heavy tanks as well. That's a big army value loss for Cav here. Nicely done.
Yeah, how often do you see a Masters or even a Minions level game have sub 10,000 army value by minute 8? Usually by that time your forges are fully rolling and everything, and you know, the army value is getting up there, but this game was just so scrappy. And so, like, trading back and forth, that I'm just now above that 10,000 mark, and Cav's at 7,000 right
now. Yeah. This is an I Like Men map, Duppin, but yeah, Blackened did make a very similar map to this, but it's not in the RGL map pool.
Oh yes, and my favorite pastime is complaining about my maps.
Yeah, remember I was watching a match of you on the Red Alert Team League, and you just banned your own map.
Oh yeah, I hate Stony Fields.
Master in the chat, Cav doesn't scout at all. It's very Cav is one of those players, like I think there was a discussion about this with Happy, like they're talking about Cav not scouting, but Blackened is not doing it either. If you have a very good game sense and you play this game for a very long time, like both of these players do, you don't necessarily need it that much because you're just aware of what's going on. And for example, like if you stay on the offense as well, then you don't really need to scout if you can keep up the pressure. But like Cav and Blackened just have very good game sense, so they just know their whereabouts about their opponent without having the need to scout.
And I mean, if you look at what Cav can see and what I can see, like there's really very few angles of attack that could actually get through. And Cav did have some early rifle scouts out earlier. I think I just now cleaned them up. There's definitely a lot of scouting information. It just doesn't look like we're doing it.
Yep. But yeah, this expansion is going to be lost. Oh, and he also just put up a war factory there. Ay, 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 ay. But Cav is going to return the favor. But double pillbox ready. And that angle from Cav's army is... Oh my god. Not the greatest. That pillbox up north, the upper one, is getting so much value. But regardless though, expansion will fall for Blackened as well, and his SD is there. So, it's an eye for an eye. But Blackened is ahead in terms of dealing with the expansion. He's now moving towards the main. No MCV there in this expansion from Cav. Lots of medics as well, so Blackened can afford to soak a little bit more with his rifles. And you can tell the difference. Like medics, especially in that amount, they can make a huge difference.
You gotta figure each time a medic heals, it's probably healing a half health infantry, so that's $50 of value every time.
Yep.
And that's just for a rifle. Like if they heal a rocket, you know, that's 150. That's huge.
Agreed. Big battles here on both sides, but the only advantage Cav maybe have is he has the potential of building flame towers in his main, which Blackened cannot, but Blackened's rocket density is so high that the flame towers are just instantly dying, and Cav's army is getting thinned out. Yep, Blackened's main is going to survive, whereas Cav's main will not. And that should pretty much be the end of it. Too much damage has been done. Smart only using the rockets to attack, so the rifles could potentially stop any reinforcements coming out of their axes. And there's a GG from Cav. Blackened taking the first game after 12 minutes. Was a pretty good game going back and forth, but especially that last push, you know, Blackened was just there faster. And he also had a bigger army as well, so yeah. GG.
Yeah, that felt like a really weird game.
Battle control terminated.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Battle control.
We actually have a snow map. What a surprise! And it's
Yeah, this
called
was,
Intensity, which is probably shit, what's the word? It probably represents the intensity of the light on this map for your eyes.
Never understood that complaint, but yeah.
For real, bro, look at my camera. Okay? Check this out. I mean, sorry, but that's a strong light. It's intense.
Turn your brightness.
Yeah, I could do that. Not going to though. Okay, game number 2 between Cav and Blackened. I haven't seen this map being played that much. It seems a little bit more popular in the Master Division than the Minions Division so far. I think I've seen it once, maybe in the Minions Division.
This map is I've seen it played on the Temperate a lot more than the Snow because, you know, you give people Temperate, they're gonna play on it. But yeah, I just don't think it's a very popular map. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think there's much better maps in the pool, and this is one of the worst ones.
Yeah, this was Cav's pick, obviously. Maybe it's the simplicity that he enjoys. I don't know.
It is definitely a very straightforward map. I mean, it's kind of like summer camp-esque, but the extra mines are in the middle. But it's got really, really terrible eco.
Oh, that's not going to be a great engagement for Blackens. Concave was good, but... Hydration!
Yeah, I was a little too close to the Ulrich. I should have swung out wide more, but...
Yeah, defender's advantage with that vision advantage is just too much. It's a preset map on server 1. Cav does not pick. I mean, he probably doesn't even know what the map pool is. Like, yeah, this is fine. Let's just go with that. Oh. 3 rifles being spotted. They were probably trying to find the NG. Which they
I
did
was
not
looking for
find.
Rockets.
Oh, yeah, that could have worked as well.
Yeah, I even had 2 rockets, or 2 rifles kind of went on the backside of the road deck, and I was seeing if I could catch them in, and I didn't see anything there, so I was thinking maybe he hadn't built them yet. So I sent those 3 in, and then they just died anyway.
Should be able to take out this oil. No
Yeah, I have
contest from...
no con.
Yeah.
I kind of accidentally fucked up my build order. I did my War Factory first, like I would do for a rest cell, but you can't really do that on this map, and then I sold the wrong ref anyways.
Oh!
And then I
yeah,
misplaced
yeah.
my power plant, so I had to crawl with a second barracks, so my my build order is pretty trash.
Yeah,
Cav is
Cav was-
basically an SD
yeah.
ahead of me.
Yep. Yeah, you're also stalling at like hell. That's crazy. He already earned like 2k more than you. That's huge at minute 3.5.
Yeah, it's like I said, the eco on this map is like really terrible. Like if you look at the starting eco, it's like there's a lot of like spread out stuff, so your harvesters tend to take forever to actually gather.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like we've been spoiled for quite some time because I remember like season 9-ish. Those were like usually how it went in terms of ore. As far as I know, like this is one of those maps where like double ref and like having your MCV on like 420 was necessary. And now I feel like lately it's a lot more forgiving also with like forward commands coming into place and anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think like standard is about 18,000 is like the very low eco start, and this one was sitting at 20,000. So it's definitely on the lower side, and I feel like maps nowadays definitely are pushing that 25, 30,000.
Hmm.
A little bit more like dense too, and closer ore mines. So it's definitely more money seems to be the evolving.
Yep, definitely. Which allows a lot more for that aggression with those, light tank builds or anything like that. It does allow for more variety in terms of build orders. But it also Oh, nasty, but he saw it. You tried so hard trying to distract him with the flak truck. But he was probably like, why can I not place my ref? Oh, that's why.
Yeah, Cav's an expansion ahead of me, and I'm just now getting my second MCV out, and I'm stalling.
Still stalling? Oh yeah. Oh damn. Yeah, this is not good. No bueno.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that I overtook Cav at 5 minutes in the eco department, but I'm pretty sure my eco graph crashes at minute 6. It's just like straight down.
Yeah. You also went for the small patch as well first.
Yeah, I was so eco starved that I just figured I needed a quicker ref and some sort of income. But I don't think that was a good decision. I should have just gone for a normal.
3 hours on that single miner, like, give me that ore! Give it! It's gonna dry out instantly. Oh. I like these, like, Cav doesn't scout that much. Like, he's got a rifle up here, but this is what he always does, and I really like that. I also stole it from him. He puts rifles on ore patches instead, because he values like the intel he can get from expansions, of knowing where your opponent is with his expansions.
Yeah, he knew exactly when I expanded because of those 2 rifles, and knew which one I took to, which was really important.
Oh, he actually got a harvester. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to lose the medium tanks though. Oh, but I like this. Cav is going to go back to the other side just to distract that army from Blackened. And here comes Cav again. Finds a harvester that was eco sliding. Double flame tower, but if Blackened's not careful, he might lose all of his eco again. Problem is, Cav really is going to lose army. Yeah, but he's gonna lose army though.
Is he though?
Although that angle from you, oh my god! Yeah, the cliff fucked you so hard. Shit. Oh man.
Yeah, Cav has 10 times the army value I do now, so that was a lovely attack by me.
Yeah, that was just very unfortunate. Yeah. Cav just ignoring that army just with... Yup, there it is. Yeah, there was not much he could have done about that. Cav was already on Raider Dome as well, helipad. He was just going to snowball from there on out. There was no reason to fight.
Yeah, there was a... I mean, Cav just outplayed me there, but me screwing on my eco as bad as I did was pretty bad. I don't think I was ever ahead of him except for that one brief moment, and that's just not something that'll work against Cav.
Way ahead of you, Whippy. How you doing? Why does everyone like that hydration one so much?
Battle control terminated.
Okay. We've seen Blackened, we've seen Cav. Let's go over to Anju versus Creole. On the count of 1, 3, 2, 1.
Battle control initialized.
How are you? I am fantastic, man. So good. Couldn't be better. I had work until 5. I got home around 6 o'clock. Finished my food real quick, which was scrambled eggs with some vegetables and shit. Then I went to the gym. Then I got home at around 7:30-ish. Took a quick shower. Made my protein shake. And yeah, and now we're here. I had a fucked up day at work though. Like I was working in Microsoft Excel for like 2 or 3 hours, and it has that automatic save function, right? So, and I was, you know, I've been only working there for like 4 weeks, so I ran into an issue, so I asked my manager if he could help me out or like show me like a way to fix it. So he goes into SharePoint or OneDrive, whatever you want to call it, and he opens the same file that I'm working in. And you know, he shows me a little bit of tricks and examples. But he actually opened, because it wasn't synchronized yet, he opened an older version of my file. So he didn't have the changes in there that I had been working on for 3 hours. So I tell him that I don't see the changes that he made, and he said, that's weird, maybe just you should close it off. But he had my file still open. So eventually, don't ask me how, but his version of my file was overriding all the work that I did for 3 hours. I opened the file back up, everything was gone. Bro, I was actually this close of just going home. I had to lay down. Fucking hell, I was pissed off. So I had to do that all again. It's great. Best day of my life. Fucking hell. But now we're here.
Yes! Does Excel not have like a version history?
Yes, but not if you automatically save. Apparently. Fucking sucks. Never listen to your manager? Bro, I told my manager this as well. Like, next time, if anything happens like that, if I need help, he comes to my desk and he's gonna help me on my computer. And I also told him from this point forward, because I have the basics down, he has to stay out of my files. And he agreed, so that's good. Fucking office job. Sucks. It's fun and it sucks at the same time. But on the plus side, we had a really good deal with Fujitsu, and they rented a food truck for us for the entire day. So we just had a fucking food truck sitting outside our fucking office with Mexican street food. It was so good. That was a big plus for today. But I was also like debated because the food truck said Mexican street food, and all we got and all the fucking truck had was hamburgers. I was like, bro, how is this fucking Mexican street food?
I'd be severely upset if I was promised Mexican street food and got.
Oh, I was looking forward to like tacos and shit, you know, just like. And all I saw, then it said menu, and I was looking, and you know, also the food truck had like the Mexican style and shit, like it had like the colors and like the Mexican hats, all like decoration shit. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then I looked at the menu and it said hamburger. That was it. It was like, why? Yo, what up, Ground Score Pro? How you doing, man? Mexican hamburgers with hot sauce or taco sauce? Not even that. They only had ketchup and mayonnaise. I was fucking pissed off, dude. Oh my god. Anyways, Creole versus Anju. I'm really excited to see Creole going down again. I'm also surprised that this game only took 20 minutes with Creole in it.
I think Creole's kind of being more aggressive lately.
That's good.
And Dupin asked if Andrew's doing Master APC. I think this is what Andrew's been doing last season, and particularly in this season, he's doing a lot of no SD mass APCs, or he'll build
Yep.
an SD, but he still builds APCs regardless.
Yep. I think he's very fond of like the crushing factor that it has, and you know I can't really blame him. It's pretty good.
Yeah, they're definitely not bad, especially against allies. I think APCs can withstand a little bit longer. They struggle
Yep.
a little bit with heavy tanks just because that burst damage.
Yep.
I wonder if this game got played after I casted Anju and Sigil, because I'm pretty sure I called Anju out on building an SD and he could just build more Raxes, and that seems to be what he's doing. So
Please crush. Please crush like madness. I want to see it. I would eat a Mexican burger with jalapenos, hot sauce, taco sauce. That sounds pretty good. Jalapenos.
Jalapeno,
What?
the white version of saying jalapeno.
How do you say it?
Jalapeno.
What the fuck? Yes, I would like
This
some.
would be really good.
Oh! Oh! Shit! Man, I almost came.
I mean, honestly, he didn't even need the crushes.
No, but it was still satisfying as fuck. Shit! Creole took a beating.
Yeah, and just got done with the army value now. That's really big.
Yep. And now Andrew shifting towards main. Smart.
Repair those APCs, Anjus, please.
Does he have an SD? Oh, he does.
He does.
Yeah, I should repair.
He's gonna lose one to a pillbox, one just to get sacked on the left side, and these two other ones are so low health.
Yeah, but that's fine. He's still pushing, yeah, I mean, I guess what you're saying. If those two APCs die, he's gonna be very vulnerable to pillboxes.
I mean, he's got the army match, but yeah, he's gonna take a lot of. His army's gonna eventually get cleaned up, and I don't think it's actually gonna get that much value.
I agree. I agree. He's also, he doesn't have vision advantage as well from his soakers. So like, he's gonna be out rifled as well. But seems like he's still doing some decent damage. But I'm not sure it's gonna be worth losing that entire army for it. Creole's pillbox placements has been phenomenal.
Absolutely, I was just gonna say.
Yep. Very poor from Anju. I feel like, indeed, what you're saying, if he managed to repair all of his APCs, waited for that attack until all the APCs came back, that army, that main base would have been gone. Just gone.
Yeah, APCs are so fast that like you could send him to the SD and get him back there, and your infantry would probably be waiting just a little bit. Like, and he really struggled with having those APCs too far forward and revealed that attack well before his infantry there. So it's the same thing with light tanks. They definitely do that a lot.
Nice. Micro from Creole as well with the pillboxes. Really good. And this is where the tables will turn into Creole's favor.
Yeah, after that big engagement by Anju, he had a 2-1 armor lead, and now it's exactly even again.
Yep. But I feel like Creole expanded a lot faster as well, so he should be good. That being said, though, he's only on 3 Raxes. His production will be a lot slower than Anju's, who's on 6. Yep.
And Korea's building another ref, so definitely a little bit too much on the eco side, but he did lose a bunch of Raxes, so.
Yeah, Creole seems to be improving very fast in general, actually. Really well.
Yeah, I think for this season, Creole's going to be the one to beat. I think he's my favorite going into this right now, unless Cav and Yenfazar kind of break that rest that we have. But Creole's looking good.
Yeah. Still, I can still feel that like turtle style. I don't think that's ever gonna go away with Creole. But I also do like it because like the way he's very hard to beat in my opinion if he's able to like get fortifications all around. Like you can also see the way he expanded as well. There's almost like no gap. There's only a small one here. But there's no gap. It's like an entire line of defenses going from left to right on the map, pretty much. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was a talk about like trip ref with light vehicles being like too strong, and that's like the new meta. and I kind of disagreed with that. I think it's just because there's very few passive players. Like Dangshot's not really around, and Creole's like the only passive player. And if you look at Creole's record against, I mean, me, because I only played him that one time, and Fazar, like he's really good against Fazar, who's like probably the like premium aggressive player right now. So
Nope.
I don't think Triple F is as good as people make it out to sound, and I think Creole's definite proof that you just got to be passive and it works fine. And he's looking real good against Anju right here now.
He's got Raider Dome, so he should see that army coming from the left as well. Yep, there it is. Should be able to deal with the right. He has enough army to deal with the left as well. Anju is actually trapping himself here. Really good.
Anju's gonna have a good engagement here.
Yeah, he's gonna have a good engagement on the left until Creole manages to unite his forces. 5 medium tanks coming to help out, but still, that army from Anju is dealing massive damage.
Yeah, I think Anju still might take that if those heavy tanks don't push too far forward.
Oh, but there's an RT though. RT could make the difference. All of his tanks has died as well. There's only one left, but that RT
that was a
needs
great
to
hit.
die. There it is.
Look at the Blackhawks right now. That's gonna be a problem.
Yep. Oh no, he just decided to give up that Blackhawk, hoping to get some splash damage with the crash. Fairly even still in army value.
I think that was a good retreat there from Anju too. Pulled up right at the bottom.
Yep. But yeah, Blackhawk and RT combo. It's gonna be very hard to deal with for Anju, because he can't see anything right now.
Oh god, that artillery could have been so good.
Raider Dome for Anju as well.
It's the artillery.
Really good. Going back and forth here between these two. Oh, watch out, manual targeting. Blackhawk gets out. Still, these heavy tank counts are dangerously good for Anju.
Yeah, they're both on double war factory, but Creole has 3 helipads to Anju's 1.
Oh, RT again. Oh,
Oh, great hit.
oh, he should retreat. Oh, he got the RT actually. That's nice. He got the RT with the yak. But with the help of the heavy tanks, Anju should be able to win this engagement. I'm not sure pushing is going to be the right answer. Once again, double pillbox with the micro from Creole. That's not going to be doable.
Anju first to tier 3, it looks like.
Yep. Making some flax as
And-
well to deal with the Blackhawks. I like it.
IC is ready, he just needs to place it.
Yep. Very good fight between these two so far. Tier 3
Yeah, so
for
far it's
Anju
all been
indeed.
army versus army though.
Yeah.
0 structural.
0 base pushes.
Losing that yak is-
I'm missing base pushes. Come on, man. Like, there's a lack of base pushes. I think Creole would actually, if he would get to that skill or like develop that, I think he would be very strong with it.
Yeah, I think it kind of suits his style because it's very, you can defensively, aggressively base push that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, demo track. Oh.
Oh, he saw it. He saw it.
I think he turned around for the yak. He's still gonna get it.
Oh, shit. Well, that's the way to make the army values even again.
Yeah, that was huge. Korea does have a medium tank harassing dangerous harvesters. It's got 2 already.
Rio needs to watch some more mid games to how to micro his Blackhawks, because my god, he is just sending them in like cannon fodder. Anju is just pressing and pressing from the same angle every single time.
He's gonna lose a third harvester to that one medium tank. That's pretty bad.
Oh, yep. Anju retreating.
Andrew has a 10k float and Creole has a 20k float.
Oh my god, guys, come on.
I mean, this map does have a lot of mines. I think it's 9 per player plus all the oil derricks.
Yeah, yeah. True.
First mammoth tanks out. I think that'll be really good. I don't think I've seen Creole build a lot of Raider jammers, but maybe that'll prompt him as soon as he sees mammoth tank.
I like this small base push here with Tesla Coil. It's eventually going to be effective, but for now, for the time being, not so much. It's got another war factory here on his expansion. So yeah, mammoth tank's gonna come out. Bro, a mammoth tank crushing concrete walls has the weirdest sound. It sounds like artillery is being fired.
Yeah, like a distance.
Yeah. Like World War II or actual World War II artillery or anything like that. Oh, I like this. Double expansion harassment from Anju. A small army on the left. Double Tesla coil on the right.
This is going to be an IC push, but Rio does have an artillery, so...
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah.
Good reaction from Creole.
Oh, the axe gets the
Oh,
Tanya.
he needed that. But there's still an RT roaming. It's hiding behind the trees as well. This is looking good. Is Anju going to use the SC? There it is. The Arties is a problem though. Already veteran C2 on that. Raider jammers coming in to defend from the rockets of the Mammoth. But it's sending too far forward. That was not a great attack from Anju at all. The intentions were good, but just the
All these
Arties.
black box in the middle.
Oh man! Yeah, there it is. Complete annihilation from Creole. Solid defense all around. Able to hold his ground from these continuous attacks from Anju all the time. But even then manages to expand nicely while this all was going down. Yeah. I'm really surprised about his macro actually. Like this entire time he was getting pressured by Anju, and he managed during that time to expand twice and able to hold those 2 expansions as well. Because the moment his the attacks from Anju started, he pretty much had that line I was talking about from right to left, from his main base all the way to the left. But then he made this expansion below his main base, and then another expansion below his expansion in the top left corner.
Yeah, that was... Wow. Look at the destroyed lost. 100k each in a 17-minute game. That's quite significant.
Yeah, Creole is definitely something to a player to be careful for. Maybe not this season, but I feel like next season could definitely be him just, you know, rolling through everyone if he keeps it up. That was only game 1.
I think he's my favorite right now. Yeah.
Hey, he could be. He could be. Maybe you are going to be his you know, his way of preventing victory or glory.
It's
finally your time to shine.
Him this week, so I got to finish like all my games this week, unfortunately. It'll be interesting.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Battle control
Back to Duskwood. Very popular map this season, let's be honest. But it was already very popular before RGL started, in my personal opinion. I've seen it quite a bit, and here it is again.
Yeah, it's I like min maps, you know, it's gonna be pretty solid. Although Serenity didn't get high marks for the map contest, but I think it's just because a lot of weird stuff happened with that map making con.
Oh yeah, this is weird. By the way, someone followed me on Twitch called Caution, but with a 4 instead of an A, also with a K, and he also joined me in my Discord, which is fucking funny. You have a name, similar name guy. I don't know how to call it. Just gonna call it like that. Name guy. Hydration.
It's gonna have a profile picture of you, but just with a cartoonishly big mustache.
Oh man. Game number 2, Soviet Mirror. I have to say kudos to Anju for always going APC.
Hydration.
He also, I think, exclusively plays Ukraine. I think Sigil does too.
And then people are surprised why I need to go to the bathroom so many times during a fucking stream. It's because I get hydrated like fucking 10, 20 times a stream. What's up, Ruzo? How you doing, man? There is an imposter among us. Drink up,
Fair.
baby. I'll
When you
drink
go to the
you up.
bathroom, it's usually not for hydration.
No, that's true. It's more for like solid construction.
You hope they're solid.
Yeah, that's what I hope for. You know, I'm gonna talk about it, and I wanna ask. You know, there's only guys in here anyway, so I can leave the question. I was gonna say, oh, this is for the guys, cause that's, no, never mind. Have you ever heard of the term clean shit? Looking at you, Blackened. You know what I'm going to refer to?
Is it in a similar vein to a ghost poop?
What's a ghost poop?
It's when you take a dump and the poop disappears down like the chute, and then you go to wipe and there's nothing there, and so you're not
Yeah. That's what I call like a clean shit. Oh, damn. That's like isn't that like the best feeling in the world? Like you took an actual good dump, you're about to wipe, and you know you're prepared for like sitting there for the next 10 minutes to wipe it clean, and then there's nothing there. You're like, oh yes. It's like those small good things in life, you know? It's
yeah,
brilliant.
when the expectation is this is going to be a mess and it's just the opposite, you're like, oh, thank God.
Okay, grins, but there are guards for each power plant. Enough to stop the power plant attack. And there's a flame tower. Nicely done. Creole ready. You can't get him with those shenanigans.
One tower's a little bit overkill, but you know,
It
you got
was.
money on the tower.
Yeah, but he sold it as well, so I guess it's like... eh. Oh, move command. Oh! Oh! Oh, what a god! One rifle.
Somebody get that mana bonus.
Yeah, it's gonna go down in the books of war heroes for sure. Single-handedly stopped cheese. And then he retired and, you know, he opened a cheese shop. Ironic.
Okay, Andrew's got something a little weird going on here. He's got 6 harves and 3 refs on his main patch. Did not build a ref on his gem mine yet. And he's doing his APC thing.
Yeah, that's a lot. 2 refs is definitely more than enough. But maybe he just wants, you know, 1 ref for each mine. You never know.
I suppose, yeah.
The only thing I do have to say is the 1 triple ref, he does reduce that the long distance mining pretty much. But yeah, the 6 harvesters as well is a little bit overkill.
Well, he's not building a 4th ref yet.
Is he floating?
Power plant?
No.
He's about to run out of money. He's got
Yeah,
17 left.
he's gonna stall. 6 Raxes as well. You know what this reminds me of? What Anju is doing is at some point Gormented was doing this as well, but instead of going for APCs, he just went for like tanks straight away before expanding.
I mean, yeah, it could definitely work. and I do something similar, but you know, I'll build that SD and then move the main MC out immediately, just because I know I am gonna be very good. You can definitely do that on this map, but yeah, he's stalling when he really shouldn't be right.
Yep. Got the fourth ref out though. It's gonna move out the main MCV. Yeah, I don't think his build was bad, but I feel like he definitely made the mistake of going the third ref into the main patch. If he went for the third ref next to the forward command and then moved out the main MCV like he's doing right now, I think he would have been fine.
Yeah, those 3 harvesters are, I mean, they cleaned up the gem mine nice and neat, so it's gonna grow gems now, but they instantly DB transfer down.
Yeah. This could make him fall behind. Currently he's up 2k in terms of army value, but that might change very fast. See, so like the thing that Creole is doing here as well, like most people would probably move out a little bit further away and go instantly for that other patch above the comm center. But no, he decides to stop here so he can get like a flame tower going just to get that little bit of extra vision. And then he's gonna move over there. I used to play like that a little bit as well, like, you know, like get like 2 Raxes down on the left side and on the right side diagonally of the MCV or Conyard, and then get some flame towers down so you can cover a lot of ground horizontally.
I think it's always worth it to stop, deploy a Rax, and then undeploy again and move, just because you're getting that build speed bonus when you do it that way, and you know that's helping you smoothly transition in. Plus, like you said, it does give you that vision, and you can drop a defense too to really narrow it.
Do you know what I want to see in all honesty on this map, and I think it would be good? The comm centers, if you would get a concrete wall on the edge of the map towards the cliff, where the cliff starts, I feel like that would be very good. Because you got the vision from the comm center. If you just park a couple of arties there and maybe like get an AA gun, no one's gonna go over there.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of weird the way that Creole expanded. I don't think I've seen too many people take that expo as the second one, even though it is a little bit closer to your first expo. But yeah, concrete wall there would be really good. I think it was Creole one game I saw it, but it was in like his main base. He made a concrete wall and kind of like the same thing you're talking about. It was just all the way.
Yeah, I think walls is probably still like a topic that could be talked about a little bit more. I feel like walls in some cases are underused in general.
I think the biggest problem with walls and why they're not used so much is you do have like a 5-cell radius that you can build off of a building, but when defenses are all 5 cells long, like you're not going to get it further enough to actually be effective unless it's like already in close tight quarters. So you're better off just building defense that can cover the same ground type stuff, unless you're like doing the weird thing where you do walls like offensively to block like pillboxes and stuff. True.
Definitely some truth in it. Wow, very passive game in comparison to the first one actually, both sitting on 30k plus army values. Creole is the first one going to Radar Dome, but Anju once again on that double war factory business.
Yeah, if you compare this to mine and Cavs game on this, I think we had sub 10,000 by this minute, and they're triple that, so complete opposite style.
But this is what Creole wants. Like, he does not care. He does not care if this happens. Like, he will just chill. But I'm surprised. Like, Anju has so many APCs. Like, he could at least maybe use one to like scout a little bit. Because Creole's expansion on the right is definitely vulnerable right now. Minus the flame towers. You know, the left side is probably something I would probably not want to attack into. But Creole actually using his yak. Very good. Just using it for scouting. Having a good feel of what Anju is up to. Where are his armies? What kind of ground is he taking? Does he have any weak spots? Anything like that. And yeah, so far he's also getting away with it as well. He actually, if you look at his view, he scouted a lot with that yak right now.
Yeah, I was just looking at Creole's view. There's very little spots that he actually can't see on his half. Like there's one little 3-cell gap in the middle and then the sides, but he currently has units there too.
Yep. Yeah, he plays good in that regard. Everything you're gonna try and throw at him, he will instantly know where it is. Walls are nice for base pushes to clean out pillboxes and flame towers. That's true. But I feel like they serve better purpose too. There was this one, because I made this YouTube video a long time ago, and I saw it happen to someone once where, you know, a lot of people like to go for like multi-prongs and they will like set a waypoint. They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna just shift click this army goes over here, like that over here, and then it will attack here. But if there's a wall here that the opponent doesn't know about, the army's not gonna go over there. It's gonna go this way. And it might go straight into flame tower. So some players do send their armies, and myself as well, I used to do that as well. Some players will send their armies with shift waypoints to eco-harass and then don't look at them anymore, or like, you know, just let them be for a while, sometimes until it's too late. And I feel like walls could do that. I don't know.
No, yeah, that's definitely a thing. It's just the care to set that up is kind of hard.
It is. I agree. It does take some planning. Double Tesla coil action here. One's gonna go down.
Ammo truck. Oh, I see.
Yeah, true. Here's the first big engagement. Look at these APCs from Anju.
Yeah, but it's not gonna work.
Yeah, but why is he not using them? Like, he's just letting his army die.
He's gonna go in now, but there's so many heavy tanks there. A lot of that's just gonna die before it gets there. Well, that was a good angle though.
Oh my god. The infantry are vulnerable. Yak's coming in. Oh my god. All of a sudden this carnage has unleashed between the two players. Calm before the storm is over. But now without infantry support, those APCs are not going to cut it. And all of those APCs are lost. The Tesla coil is going to be really good though to deal with the last remaining heavy tanks from Creole on the left side. But look on the right side. Just like that, the Creole can got opened up, and the smell of the can was too much for Anju to happen to handle. Excuse me, and he fumbles. Never open a Creole can if you're not ready.
Yeah, that army graph is something to look at.
Yep. It sure is. Oh.
Yeah. Creole definitely way outplayed it. Killed the Expo, killed a lot of starters in the main too.
Infantry got cleaned
Anju's
up by
on.
the Yaks. There it is.
3 arms right now.
Yep. Clean from Creole. Actually nicely done twice in a row. We saw an all-out aggression from Anju. Creole was able to stop it. Then Anju decided to play passive. Creole was able to stop it. Someone stop this man. Who will it be?
Battle control.
We'll have to find out this week if it will be Blackened or not. No pressure for
I
Blackened.
think Creole hasn't played Fazar or Caveat too, so those should be really interesting.
Yep. Hasn't Creole beaten Fazar quite a bit on the ladder already?
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. He has like a really good record against Fazar.
Okay, we're going over back to you, Blackened. Blackened versus Mo. I'm surprised. You know, nothing personal to Mo. Not at all. Like he's a good player, and I really appreciate the fact that every single season he finds the time to sign up. The only thing that I do dislike about some of his games is sometimes he likes to drag them out because he's enjoying himself and having a great time, but that once led into a fucking 90-minute game for me to cast, and I was losing my mind. That being said, I'm really surprised about his performance against you, if it was good enough to make it into the highlights. So let's go over to game number 1, and we're staying in Duskwood. We have the maintenance crew, they cleaned up the battlefield. The ore has been restored, and it's time for another battle on the same map. 3, 2, 1.
Battle control initialized.
Mo in the blue. Very unmo like.
Yeah, isn't
Like-
it normally pink?
Yeah, pinkish red or anything like that. Teslas are super bad versus infantry. Yes, they are. They are.
Yeah, they definitely. I mean, walls actually make them a lot better, but again, rockets are such a huge part of the army that walls kind of suck in that regard too.
Yep. You know what I want to see? I've tried it at some point because I was motivated to do it. But like a base push with walls and shock troopers. I wonder how good that would be.
It's if you could get the walls like ready, then it'd be really good. But usually, if you have shock troopers out, then your opponent's gonna have artillery, and shock troopers don't fare well against artillery.
That's a good point.
But maybe
if
you're
they
doing, like,
don't,
a Tesla rush.
Yeah, if they don't, imagine just going like tier 3 rush and then use your main MSV to base push. It's like, fuck yeah, bitch. That Mo vs Sigil game was just short of an hour, and I found out today it's the 8th longest game ever in RGL. Really? Oh, is that the one that I was just talking about? I think it was from previous season, right?
No, I think this season. It was the one on Dragon King. I think it made highlights.
Oh.
Yeah, it definitely did.
What? Which game was that? I remember. Was it Mo versus Tux? There was this game where Mo played on his own map the previous season. You know, the one with the
Solely Valleys.
Yeah, that one. He had such a yeah. You're right, Triple TB. That was the one I was talking about. 90 minutes. Fucking hell. I think Mo had like 70k army value at some point, while his opponent had like, I don't know, 20, 25, and Mo was just sitting there like, yeah, I don't think I have enough to deal with this.
I think Mo and Sigil also had a super long game last season too.
Yeah, that does ring a bell. It might have been on Solid Valleys as well. Though I have to be honest, I'm not sure if I can remember all the season 13 maps.
Yeah, if I thought about it, I guess I could, but for
I
long
tried.
gone.
I can't. I thought about it and I was like, nope, can't do it. Okay, so now we're looking at the Blackened build. So you're going for triple ref on this one before War Factory, which I guess will allow you to just constantly build infantry anyways during your War Factory build.
Yeah, I went extra X because I figured I'd have the extra cash and I'd get a little bit more micro skill.
I'm hearing grins. Oh, are those the same grins that killed that comm center early?
Yeah, they were really motivated.
Are they gonna get away? They get away as well. Wow.
Second best grind.
Grind's too good. What's this? NG. Oh, it's bloody beastie big bad Bane. Wait. War Factory into Raider Dome?
Yep.
Bane, the lyrics are just do it up. Not just give me that.
Is that what song's playing right now?
It was, yeah. Wait. The fuck, Blackened? Why are you trying to kill that rifle?
Because I had an engineer there and I wanted to capture my comm center.
Yeah, but grins are not gonna win against a rifle who has the comm center.
Yeah, I figured it only takes 2 grins to kill a rifle, but they have shorter rifle range.
Yeah. Not with vision, they don't.
I think even without vision, they have a shorter attack range. Not to double check.
You don't know what you're talking about? Hey!
With caution.
Just give me that.
Fucking Bane! Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate the support. There's actually a friend of mine that you should meet, Ben. I think you're gonna love him. You're gonna get along.
Is it Katana?
No. It's someone from the Street Fighter community. Who's that? It's Ruzu. Wait, Ruzu might be in here still. Yeah, Ruzu's in here. Ruzu, meet Bane. Emperor is missing the Bane co-cast. Yeah, Bane pretty much just, you know, is playing Dying Light.
Dying Light and FTL Multiverse, I think.
Yes. Yeah, that was it. Faster than Light. Why am I saying Dying Light? Bane is retired. No, Bane, you can't retire if you never had a career. Alright, anyways, big army values are coming soon. 20k versus 16k. But yeah, Blackened doing the Anju stuff, mass APCs, whereas most chilling with heavy tanks, heavy stonks. One day you'll be able to beat me in a 1v1. Bro, I don't need to. I got YouTube evidence that I did that plenty of times. I don't need to show that. I even beat you with a tier 3 rush on your favorite map, Trapped. So
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
yeah, that was a good game. I had fun. Nice. Blackened scouts the army with the flak truck so he can prepare. But that also means he knows where to attack next. With little to no resistance. APCs are gonna be a very crucial role here to Blackened's offense. But it works out, and Mo actually on the retreat, and that's something you definitely don't want. Mo's army is coming back. But expansion is suffering. Not that many crucial structures have been killed though. This is where things might take a terrible turn for Blackened. APCs are running low. Last APCs is about to die. And now this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be cleaned up. Oh! What the hell? Those two APCs got so many crushes. But alas, those wives from Blackened soldiers are, you know, getting a not so fun letter.
They were a necessary sacrifice.
Yep. Wait, a necessary sacrifice or unnecessary? Imagine putting that on the letter. Yeah, your husband died. It was an unnecessary sacrifice, but yeah, I mean, we gave the green light anyways.
Damn autocrack.
Yeah. Anyways, Blackened took out the expansion, sort of, but Mo still able to defend. Blackened actually lost a ton of army here, but he rushed a tier 3. Oh my god. We got an IC. That APC is gonna have the time of his life. We've got some road kills going on here. Oh my god. That, talk about an effective Iron Curtain. That was a pretty strong infantry blob that Mo still had there. And one APC with a dream and an Iron Curtain. Enough.
Yeah, I wonder how much kills you have to get a vet 2 APC.
You like my new lighting? Thanks, man, but it's already coming apart, which kind of sucks. I need to fix that. I can also give it other colors. I can give it even your piss yellow color, Ben. Oh, wait. No, I can't. Okay, I lied. I can give it pink dots color. Wait, it says pink on this remote. Why is it turning blue?
with caution.
Let it die, let it fly. Let it reach the highest point in the sky. My favorite type of chicken, I like to fry. Every night I cry, tears of joy. Because a new horizon is coming. Jamie is going to smash SF6. Also, Blackened is like a discount Bane. Minus 80% drunk. Looking forward to see you. Gangster's Paradise, on the rise. Flies fly a long journey. Hurty hurty, rice, and curry. I am out of lines to say. Bane is pretty weak. Barely knows how to speak. Armpits smell like a leak. Also looks like a peach.
Blackened is like a discount Bane, minus 80% drunk. Fucking hell.
I'm not sure if that's more of an insult to me or Bane, but
I don't know.
That's a statement.
Yep. Thanks for the resub, brother. I appreciate it, dude. Always coming in hot with the voice lines. You should become a rapper instead, man. Bane is pretty weak. Barely knows how to speak. Armpits smell like a leak. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, you're getting mowed, Blackened. Damn. I did not expect this. But I feel like you were also trying some stuff out because like rushing APCs, going tier 3. Felt like you, I wouldn't say you're not taking it serious, but in a different way.
It was definitely a little bit of an experimental build going on. Basically did the Tesla rush, but with Ukraine, so you have to use APCs instead of Tesla tanks and you don't get shotkeys, but...
You know, it's funny when someone says someone clipped that, I always wonder why they don't clip it themselves. If a streamer says that, it makes sense because it's hard. You can't clip and edit stuff while you're streaming. Wait, how many spectators? Oh! 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 What? What? Almost.
So close.
The dream.
I tried so hard. But in the
Not
end, it
so
didn't matter.
far. Yep. Ooh, Migs. Okay. Okay. Blackened with the comeback. I mean, the thing is, and this is like the trap for Mo. Like, Mo is a very passive player in general, and like he actually had a couple of minutes ago, maybe like 3 or 4ish minutes, where Blackened was really low on army. I think you had like 3 to 4k, something like that. But Mo didn't do anything to A, take more ground, or B, punish Blackened for, you know, having such a low army. He allowed Blackened to build back up, and now this tier 3 is gonna matter a lot.
Yeah, I finally transitioned to Mammoth tanks, and Mode doesn't really have the density to deal with them very effectively.
Nope. I feel it's harder to deal with mammoths with Soviets anyways.
I think the opposite, actually.
Really? Why is that?
Heavy tanks absolutely wreck mammoths.
Yeah, I was more referring to like radar jammers. Just like plain armies with radar jammers. Because mammoths are still gonna be... I mean, like rockets are still gonna be very good against tanks regardless. So I feel like adding like radar jammers, denying those mammoth rockets, is pretty good.
Yeah, it all comes down to how effective they can control their mammoths then, because if your radar jammers get too far in front, like they melt a mammoth tank.
Oh yeah, it requires micro. That's true.
And like every medium tank that you don't have is kind of important in big battles. So.
Oh, very good IC. Mo responding way too late, and he's gonna lose another expansion because of that. That was a very good IC. I think he just got ready as well. Iron curtain ready. Oh, tries to attack here as well, but Tesla coil, 3 Tesla coils. But placed very, yeah, they were placed very weird. Wow, look at that. Double Tesla coil attack on the mammoth. Physical is really good still in terms of burst, but not enough for that army. Mammoths are still having a blast here on the other side. No, don't chase mammoths. Especially not with infantry alone.
Yeah, Flak Truck's not notorious mammoth killers either.
Nope. Maybe he thought they have wood armor. You never know. Who knows? GG. Well played. Didn't expect to Wait, why does that now have a sound? Oh, there it is. DJ Kodan blessed our cause with 92 bits. Thank you, my child. Is this a potato? Are you talking about Bane?
Battle control terminated.
What is he talking about? Question of the
Probably question of the day. Game number 2 on Yukon territory. That was a season. No, that was a season 12 map already. Or 11.
It's a older map for sure. It's a Whippy map, so it has to be pretty old.
Damn, shots fired to Whippy.
Nah, he kind of disappeared. Left the scene.
Why don't you have TTS for bits or donations? I don't know. That's a good question. I need to look into that. On the count of 1, 3, 2, 1. Well, if I had an editor or like a stream, you know, that would be great. Because my current like stream, my Twitch channel editor is currently in Africa. Hydration. Why did Serve Boyo decided to change his life around and now he's no longer a fucking computer nerd? Why is Blackened using my color? Well, because there's not
This would
much
be your
colors
color
left.
if you were a hydrated vein. Also, there's no code. Can't be blackened, can't be reddened.
Yeah, it's over, man. Maybe it will get better. Cervantes kind of vanished. No, he's in Africa, man. He's been damn, what's the term for that? I can't remember. What do you call a soldier if he's deployed to like whatever the fuck in America? I forgot what it's called.
We call it a deployment.
Call it what?
A deployment.
Oh. I thought there was like a name for it. Okay, well he's deployed in Africa right now. For the army. That's my color. He's taken my casserole. Now he's using my bloody color. I mean, that's what happens when you retire.
Yeah, babe, maybe if you didn't forfeit out of Rattle and Raggle.
Technically, I also forfeited from Rattle, but...
Yeah, but you get a pass.
Nice. Oh!
Official admin.
Eye for an eye. Can he save the NG? Yes. Blackened has too big of a PC monitor to let that happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because that's been a point of conflict for me at Orb playing the battle games. It says PC monitor is so goddamn small that he can't see shit on the map.
That's what it is. He has taken your casserole? Damn, Blackened. Too much.
2023 Orb, get a new PC monitor.
I mean, my monitors are still like 920, 1080p.
I mean, 1080p is fine, but Orbs doesn't even have that, I don't think.
Oh, that's true. I guess he's got like a monitor that is like more fat from like front to back than left to right. Do you get what I mean? Like those old ones. They would make that. Do you remember that, Black, or guys in the chat? Remember that when you were a kid, you're about to watch TV, you turned on the TV and the TV went like bang, you know, because it turned on like that. It was so good. It's like, yeah.
It's turned on the TV and you could feel the static.
Yep. And if you
I'm sure that
like
won't
casually
cause-
wanted to move your TV, you needed like 4 people to carry it because of the fucking weight. Good times. To be fair, Blackened's color looks like Bane that's been in the washing machine. That makes sense because Bane always had a piss color, and this is like the same piss color but washed clean. You're right.
Power of OxyClean.
Your TV was in a cabinet? Yeah, man. Like my grandma used to have that as well. It's like, oh, let's watch some telly, and then boop, open up the cabinets, and there it was. When I was a child, I was like, bro, I said to my parents once, like, Mom, I think like Granny's poor because she doesn't have a telly. And then they were, oh, it's in the closet. And I was just flabbergasted. I was like, why the fuck would you put it in a fucking cabinet? Why?
It was a different time.
It was. Fun times. Good times.
You had to have the TV on a certain channel to play video games.
Yep. You needed the source button. And look for that specific source. I remember when I got my first stereo with big fat speakers. And
Oh yeah, those were all the rain.
me and my brother I had like a small telly. We were playing Star Wars Battlefront back in the day on the PS2. And which was pretty much a little bit like Battlefield, but for Star Wars, pretty much.
Yeah.
And well, I decided to buy a cable. Like I had to whine for my mom to like get like an audio cable so I could connect my TV to the actual speakers. And then I put the TV, like the speakers, underneath my bed, or in like a little bit like surround. And there we were just like fucking playing Star Wars. I put it up so hard, our neighbors complained. They were like, because me and my brother, we just wanted to feel like we were in a war zone. They were these like typical boys, or like, I don't know. I was like, how old was I? Like 14, 15, maybe something like that. It was so good. Good times. Good times.
Did you crank the music up so loud that you ended up blowing out the speakers, or was that just my childhood?
No, because I've always been, and even up until this point, I've always been very cautious, I guess, with all of my devices ever. Thanks. I've always been like that. Like I was that child, which was crazy. Okay, let's watch this engagement first, because you got a ton of light tanks. I want to see the crushes, and they could actually be very effective if you decided to go in. But it seems like you want to keep them just for soaking for now. Play it a little bit safe. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was that child where my dad would come up to me. I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, 16, something like that. He was like, son, you need a new phone. I was like, why? This one's perfect. And he was like, yeah, but you're doing so well with your phone for these 2 past years. You're getting a new one. I was like, okay. That was me. And I was like that with pretty much all devices that I owned, or like anything that I had in general.
That's probably with most devices, but stuff that produces sound, like speakers, I definitely have a volume problem to turn them up.
Maybe I blew them up and I never noticed. Oh, the crushes! Oh! Yeah, lightings are a little bit worse than that. Than APCs, obviously. But still pretty effective right there.
He also had the heavy tank switch, really cut down on that too.
Yep. Oh, yeah. When did I build my first PC? Ooh. I think when I was about 19, 20, so like maybe 12 years ago. Something around that. I mean, I didn't make my own PC, I let it be built, but it was custom, you know, where I ordered all the parts myself. I think that's the first thing I actually did when I got an actual job. Damn. your rocket count mowing this down.
I always build PCs so irregularly that I forget how to do it by the time I need to build it again.
Yeah, same. I mean, I can replace my GPU and my RAM memory and anything like that. That's what I usually do. But if I have to replace my processor, I'm not gonna do that. I'll let that be done because that is way too. I don't know. So much shit could go wrong, so I just like not do that.
It's always like hooking up the stuff in the motherboard that always trips.
Exactly. How long did it take to adjust me to PC? I've always actually been for PC, cause like, and I think a lot of you guys can relate by playing CNC. Like I had a PC since. When did I actually get a PC? I think the first PC that I actually owned in my own room was when I was about like 8 or 9. I played TD on my own computer, followed by Red Alert. My nephew and his dad, so my uncle. My uncle was like an IT specialist already back in the 90s, so he had like, I mean, him and my nephew had like 3 PCs set up with LAN connection. So I had the privilege, I guess, to feel what it's like to play against other people on PC, and it was really great. Like playing Red Alert against my nephew, or TD, or Red Alert 2 after that. I used to play Warcraft 2 on my own PC at home. My first online game that I ever played was RuneScape. Long time ago. Then my other nephew also was a big PC enthusiast. He played Guild Wars, the first one, at some point. Then he switched into World of Warcraft. And I always hated World of Warcraft at the start, bro. I was like, bro, fuck this. You gotta pay a subscription fee for a game? I was like, fuck that. But then eventually I got hooked anyways. For like 4 or 5 years, pretty much. And then my parents bought me my own laptop for school. But all I did was game on that thing anyways. Too good.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So you've always been a nerd? Funny. Very funny. Especially nowadays, like PC is so good. Like everything that comes out on console, most of the time is playable on PC. Back in the day, that wasn't necessarily the case. Like I was very happy that that my parents were divorced. Well, not really, but at the same time, like my mom was like in the Nintendo camp, and my dad was like in the PlayStation camp. So at home at my mom's, I had like Super Nintendo, and then we went into Nintendo 64, into GameCube, and my dad was like PS1, PS2. And PS3. I bought my own PS3 because my dad wasn't into gaming that much anymore. Like my parents they used to fight over the fucking PlayStation. Like my dad wanted to play shooting games and my mom wanted to play Tetris. And I remember I was watching Cartoon Network on the couch, and my fucking parents were arguing about who was getting to play on the PlayStation. I was like, what the fuck? And for me, that was normal. Yeah. That was it. That was definitely Black Betty. You're right. That was it. Was that? That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like very normal. But the more I talked about it to other people and friends at school, the more I realized it was kind of special what I had. And then at some point, it got really bad. It was like, imagine this. I came home from school and my dad started usually working at like 6 a.m. So it was very early out of bed, but that also meant he came home very early as well. Like he was probably home at like 3 to 4 p.m. And I actually got him into Counter-Strike. Like he enjoyed Counter-Strike a lot. And this was 1.6 back in the day. He enjoyed it so much that eventually he came to me and he was like, yo, do you think this is a good gaming mouse? And then, you know, I just looked at the specs and I was like, yeah, that looks good. So he ordered a gaming mouse online. He ordered a headset. And at some point, I came home from school. My dad actually made it into a clan on Counter-Strike. And I came home and I saw him sitting there on the table with his headset on, talking on, I think it was Teams. He used TeamSpeak. It was like, yeah, I'm going B. I'm going B. There's two of them. I was like, what is this shit? It was so funny. And it was like, do you want to join me? And I remember at some point I was playing Counter-Strike with my dad until 4 a.m. And then he was like, bro, I gotta go to bed because otherwise your mom is gonna be pissed off. It was so good. I do really appreciate all the games he played with me. He was even so dedicated that me and my brother were at some point we were into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I guess a lot of you can relate as well. But he ordered Domino's a lot back in the day, pizza, and there was like this action Domino's had. Every time you order a pizza, you get a free pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So he bought a starter deck Joey. And then he ordered so much pizza, according to my mom, my stepmom. Because like, I want those cards. Like, apparently they were eating 3 times a week pizza just so he could get those booster packs. And then, because like I said, my parents were divorced, so I saw my dad only like every 2 weeks in the weekend. So every time we brought our Yu-Gi-Oh decks and he was just playing Yu-Gi-Oh with us as like a 40-year-old guy or anything like that around that time. Bless him, man. Really cool. Anyways, let's go into the Masters match of the week. The highlight. The what is it? The finest of the cuisine of tonight's Raggle recipe. What?
The creme de la creme.
Yeah. La crème de la crème. You have to use the French R. Crème de la crème. No, that's choking. That's something else. Alright, on 1. 3, 2, 1.
Battle control
Snails
initialized.
cooked in butter? What are you talking about? Who would cook snails in butter? That's awful. It's like so funny when I'm not talking about the game and just talking about me who as I am to like communicate with you guys or like bond with you guys. There's like almost 10 people that said, yeah, fuck this, I'm out. This is so funny. I love that so much. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say it. I don't know, dude. This is why sometimes when I see that there is so little OpenRA content, sometimes I feel like that it doesn't really matter who streams. Like if Blackened would be streaming, he would probably get the same amount as I do. If Milkban would be streaming, probably about the same as well. Especially Blackened. I feel like Blackened, you could definitely become as quote-unquote successful as I am in this game.
I'm not so sure about that.
No, I'm pretty sure. I might underrate myself, but that's how I feel it is. I do have like a lot of like, what do you call it? A lot of like guys that keep coming back for me, and I really appreciate that. And you guys know who I'm talking about. I don't need to say it, but you guys know who I'm talking about. I love you guys. Keep that in mind. I joined the stream just in time for the Cautions Gamer family stories. Yeah, I've got a lot of those.
I should have reacted to the Gamer Family stories.
There was this one time that I brought a friend over who me and him used to smoke weed quite a bit. I was like 16 at the time or 17. And I knew that my dad knew, but I never told him that I did. And he never told me that he knew. It was like this quiet agreement, if you know what I'm talking about. Like sometimes it was very awkward, but like I underestimated my dad. My dad wasn't dumb. Like sometimes I came home with like blood red eyes, and he was like, he was like, "You feeling all right?" I was like, "Yeah. You know, I'm going to sleep. I'm very tired." But I brought this guy over, and he was allowed to play on my dad's computer, and we were about to go outside, you know, to smoke. And my dad just came out of his bedroom, because we were waiting for them to go both to sleep, you know, like they can't know. But we were about to go outside, and my dad came out of the room and he saw us leaving. He's like, "Oh," he was just like this. "Oh, smoke safe." And bro, I almost fucking choked. And then we walked outside. My friend was like, "Dude, does your dad know? Does your dad know?" I was like, no, I never told him. I was like, "Fuck dad, man, I think he knows. What are we gonna do when we get back?" I was like, "Oh, he'll probably be asleep back then." And he was asleep. It was all good. Oh man.
Did your stash ever get a little light randomly at some random times?
Oh no, he never did that. He told me once that he did it when I wasn't home, when I stayed at a friend's house. He smoked weed with my mom, and they apparently watched. They did it twice, and one time they were watching a movie, and I guess they had the wrong weed, because like they both felt so heavy, you know, like they weren't able to move. My mom apparently fell asleep on the couch behind, you know, watching television, and my dad had he was so hungry he wanted to get ice cream, and the moment he stood up he felt so dizzy and lightheaded that he almost fell into the kitchen floor, and he decided to he was so wasted he decided to leave my mom on the couch and just went to bed. And then apparently my mom got so pissed off that she woke him up at 5 a.m. and she was like, "Bro, did you just leave me on the couch?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was too high. Fuck that." And then their first time was actually when they got a wheat sword, where they actually felt like very happy and, you know, like a little bit more energetic. You know, the ones where you actually giggle a lot and stuff like that. And that's when they had a really great time together. But the second time was the one I talked about with the ice cream and shit, and then that's the last time they ever did it. They were like, "Yeah, fuck that shit." Oh, Yunano's going in really aggressive, but look at this ranger control from Cav, and Yunano making the smart decision here though, because he was gonna take a very poor trade without any vision support. So good call.
I think if he had kept his APC alive there instead of trying to go for crushes, he would have been completely fine, but there was
Yeah.
video tanks eventually showing up.
Yeah, I agree. And then, you know, Cavs Ranger just showing up in time. Medium tanks were there too. Stoner etiquette, yeah. Your dad was waiting for an invite. It always felt too awkward, man. It felt too awkward. I watched the stream because it's OpenRA, but also because you have a very good setup and very good audio and just a fun person. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I always enjoy you guys watching, and you know, sometimes like it can depend. Sometimes I can have like 30 to 40 people in here, and then half of them are just not even talking, and it's you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like that means they're enjoying themselves and they just want to watch. But like to me, the interaction that I get from you guys also makes it a lot more fun. Like, I'm gonna be very honest, if the engagement from you guys wasn't there during RGL highlights or something like that, I would have been bored a lot less. There's a reason why I'm doing this on stream instead of doing it for YouTube. Oh, look at this concave from Yunano. It's really good. He's got 2 heavy tanks, 1 heavy tank from Cav left. Boy, it's gonna be close. Nope.
I think
Well-
Cavs barely just win it, but
Yeah, and now the better concave defender's advantage is not going to matter. Clean up.
I really think Yunano should have better there.
Oof, back and forth here. Another attack from Yunano, but also Cav here, ready. Heavy tank did some really good crushes, but those 2 pillboxes are going to make all the difference. And by the time he gets to that pillbox, a 3rd one will be ready, which will be deployed somewhere over here, I'm guessing. There it is. Clean. Except that camera occasionally. The camera, I don't know what it is. The camera, its quality is really good. In comparison to... Do you want to see my old camera? Hang on. You asked for it. This is what you get in return for making fun of my camera. There it is. You enjoy that? Is that better? Is that better? It's not. But yeah, it's the camera was made before streaming was a thing, and you know they did make some software upgrades to like make it compatible, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and that's why it just does weird things and freezes sometimes and anything like that. All right, here's what I've always noticed about Cav. If Cav starts to attack, I can't even speak. Are you done? You guys done? If Cav decides to attack, then I almost know that he's going to win. I did realize against your game as well that Cav is a lot more aggressive than he used to be.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
There's the JJ. Cav cleaned it up in under 10 minutes. Typical master game. Hopefully probably the second game is gonna be the highlight. Wait, you've seen this game? Blackened.
Yep. Yeah, I had.
Battle control terminated.
I've seen a lot of the games. I was in a lot of the games too.
True. Alright, game number 2. Here we go. Not sure why it was highlight of the week so far, but we're gonna figure it out right now. 3, 2, 1.
Battle
Bad
control
Company.
initialized.
I don't like this map. I think it sucks, but that's just me.
It's slightly better than Intensity, but yeah, I understand.
Who made this map? Wait, you made it, didn't you? This looks like a Blackened map, especially the middle.
It's a lad map.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to offend you. Host Easy should be playing Demonologist with us? Bro, no, man. If he plays Demonologist with us, he's just gonna sacrifice himself and be like, hey, just get me. Come and get me, you assholes, you fucks. That's what he does. He's like not a team player. Me and Host go actually really far back, because like there was this period where me and Host Easy played so much Rust. So much Rust. Fucking, I stayed up till like 5 or 6 a.m. with him. Stuff like that. Well, not for him, because for him it was like probably like, I don't know. 10 p.m., 9 p.m. when it was 6 a.m. for me, so. Caution, come play Outriders. I don't know if I like that game, man. It looks like Destiny 2, and I've never played Destiny 2 because I don't think it's a game I would enjoy. But I can see that's a game you would enjoy, Ben. It's right up your alley. Anyways, the grins from Yunano are not gonna work out. Cav is here with 4 rifles. Looking good. I don't like you. Well, fuck off then. What the fuck are you doing here? You little bitch. What is this? What is all this hate? Is it because you don't have a hydration gift like me? You jelly? You jelly of my fucking... let's see. What did I walk into? My stream. Welcome. We got one of those things that makes water taste like flavor. Yes, I do. It's called ranja in Dutch. You heard some fighting? I'm not fighting at all. Well, Maybe I'm schizophrenic, but cordial. Cordial. Oh, nice Ranger micro from Cav. Did Yunano just skip his life vehicle? Or did I miss it? Blackened. Black is AFK. Oh. Damn. Well, I was about to say, Cav was actually bullying Yunano almost in his own base because he lacked a light vehicle. Really nice. I must be schizophrenic because I'm the realest in the room. What about the fakest though? What's he up to?
Well, now I hear you again.
Oh, hello.
I don't know what happened. That was weird.
Hey, you also are, you sound a little bit quiet as well. More quiet than before.
Discord just doing Discord things, I suppose.
Yeah. Blame it on the Discord.
It's always their fault.
When are we going to do a scribble evening again, Blackie?
Whatever you want to.
Maybe Saturday I could be able to.
Okay.
Oof. Wait, where's Cav's tanks? Why is he taking this fight when he knows there's 2 heavy tanks? What? Oh no. Cav? Did you fuck up your build? Wait, why did Yunano place a ref there? What? Why is this highlight of the week? This is a shit show.
Yeah, I feel like the Creole Anju games were a lot better, but that second Creole Anju game where it's just a slow build up into a loss was kind of a letdown. The first one was...
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? That scared the shit out of me. Don't do that!
You gonna answer the door now?
Hey! Okay, that actually freaked me out. I opened the door and there's literally nobody there. There's no lights on. I'm legitimately a little bit freaked out. I'm not gonna lie. There was nobody there. There was no light. I actually expected my fucking... Wait. That was in Discord?
Yeah.
Bro, that sounded like it was coming from my actual door. Bro, holy shit. That fucked me up. Okay, I'm gonna take away your cold casserole because you'll be in a bitch. Holy shit. That got me way too good. Oh, here comes Yunano. Pillbox, I like it. Right in front of the infantry this time. Normally I'm not a fan of this because it gets less value, but this time it was really good because he actually needs the extra soak-in. But even then it's not going to matter. Yunano actually running Cav over. I think Cav must have fucked his build somehow because...
I just think he took some bad engagements.
Oh yeah, he took a very bad engagement that one time. But yeah, he was also very aggressive in this game, and I don't know, maybe he's trying something new. Maybe just gives less fucks than he used to.
It could be a rust issue again, but like, yeah, I've also noticed like in his battle games with Stitch that he and her have been like super aggressive with their playstyle. It's been very interesting.
Why is he pushing that? And then decides to leave? Holy shit. Oh, nice. Heavy tank's gonna get a harvester. No! It's on the shift waypoint. Okay. Cav could still be able to make this happen. What the fuck is that? Did you guys see that for a split second? Yeah, this is definitely one of those situations where if Yunano decides to push too much, he could definitely throw.
Yeah, he's got a lot of army spread out too, which is not great.
No. And Cav is doing a really good job taking his expansions back, keeping that eco going. I have to say, I'm really, I wouldn't say surprised, but it does amaze me sometimes how good his how fast he actually restores his expansions and maintains his eco.
Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely say
there's
that's one of his
Ruzu. Yeah, that's one of his traits for sure. Ruzu, you have to meet Bane. Bane is here. That's the guy I was talking about. Oh, that's a good attack from Yunano though. Triple pillbox, but one heavy tank. This, well, if Calf micro as well, he could do some nice damage, but oh, no micro at all. Guess he was busy microing the harvesters. Who's this guy? He's a good guy. You're gonna like him. Oh, nice multi-prong from Yunano on the other side. Getting a ref and a harvester as well. Still putting up the pressure against Cav. But like I said, and Blackened just said this as well, Cav, his strength is keeping his eco going. And Cav is actually catching up in army value again. And he is more than... Yeah, and he's more than prepared to take this next engagement here in the middle. Oh, he's going in. Actually, this might be good. He's got like 5 medium tanks there. He could go for some nice crushes. He should be good. He's gonna manage to kill this expansion, I think. Actually,
his tanks got out of position.
Yeah. Okay, other side. Yunano got fended off. He's like, get away from my expansion, bro. But this attack was not great for Cav, but he still has his MCV in his main base, so with the help of pillboxes, he can definitely fend off this attack if Yunano decides to retaliate. But Cav on the other side is pushing on, and Yunano, I'm not sure if he has what it takes to kill it or to defend. He's got 2 heavy tank. Yeah, he might be fine. It's gonna come down to this angle from Cav. But the concave from Yunano is really good too. But half of his heavy tanks are not even protecting his army. Both are going for crushes. Yeah, Yunano's gonna be fine.
Yeah, really good crushes there by that heavy tank.
Yeah, and a good eco attack from Yunano here, going through the middle towards this expansion this time. But again, Cav took that expansion back on the right side. This is what I'm saying, back and forth. But Yunano is gonna deal with that again. So this is the first time now that Cav might struggle for eco. And he's 5k behind in army value as well. So it feels like finally Cav will succumb to Yunano's pressure. And there is the GG. And it is 1-1 between our 2 RGL Season 13 finalists. I think they were in the finals last season.
Yep, it was Cav Yunano in the final.
Caution said it's gonna pay for dinner. Wait, you're not gonna call with each other to bitch about me? Hey, yo, what the fuck? It's got Discord discount Bane on stream, Lamau. Fucking hell. I'm not even gonna help you guys that you're both in the same fucking Discord, but which is my Discord.
Battle control terminated.
Okay, well, I got a little bit of time left, so I could potentially do a rattle game.